The church lives, it has a history. Most importantly, it has a future. In 1303, in Halych, and now in western Ukraine, which was then an important cultural, political, and commercial center, the Metropolitanate of Halych was created. Earlier, the Metropolitan of Kyiv moved from Kyiv, which had been besieged by Tatars and was in a dangerous forest steppe zone from which the nomads regularly attacked Kyiv. The Metropolitan of Kyiv moved to Suzdal, which is basically geographically in the vicinity of Moscow. Moscow at that time was still not an important center. Prince Lev, the son of King Danilo, was concerned that the Metropolitan, who ecclesiastically administrated Lev's territory, was now in a different realm. And we know well what northern, today Russian influence means in Ukraine. In fact, it wasn't Lev's, but his son Yuri's petitions to Constantinople that brought the creation of this metropolitanate. A metropolitanate is the seat of a bishop who is metropolitan, who has other eparchies under him. They're called suffragan eparchies. And this metropolitanate had 5 suffragan eparchies: Volodymyr Volhynsky, Lutsk, Peremyshl, Turiu, and Khom. The emperor of Byzantium, Andronicus II Palaiologos, issued a bull, and a charter was issued by Patriarch Athanasius. The metropolitanate did not last long. In 1347, Emperor John VI Cantacuzenos issued a chrysobull liquidating the metropolitanate, and this was affirmed by the Patriarchal Synod. There is some indication that around 1370, possibly, there was a Halych metropolitan that had been nominated and who was serving, but actually the metropolitanate of Halych by the end of the 14th century disappears from the ecclesiastical map of the Kievan Church. More than 4 centuries would pass before the metropolitanate was revived. Why is the establishment of something at the beginning of the 14th century that did not last long important for us today? In the church and before God, every good thing lasts, even if it is abolished. We have seen that Russian authority abolishes our church structures every time there is an occupation, and that is happening now. The memory of a pulsating city, a vibrant culture, a growing Christian community is something that led to the revival of the Halych Metropolia. There was a historical memory of that period. So too after the liquidation of our church in the 20th century, there was a historical memory. And today we see that the head of our church bears the title Major Archbishop of Kyiv and Halych. Kyiv and Halych are now united. One ecclesiastical province that serves so many dioceses, so many eparchies throughout the world. The church lives, it has a history. Most importantly, it has a future.